The pregnancy test was positive, but I'd had a vasectomy 3 years ago, sitting in that sterile clinic while my brother held my hand. That's the thought screaming through my mind as I stare at the little pink plus sign my wife Sarah left on the bathroom counter this morning. She'd circled it with a heart and lipstick on the mirror. "Baby number 2," she'd written with an arrow pointing down. But there can't be a baby number 2. Not from me. My hands shake as I grip the counter. The porcelain feels cold, real, unlike this impossible situation. 3 years ago, after our daughter Emma was born, Sarah and I made the decision together. One child was perfect for us. The recovery room, the follow-up tests, my brother Jake driving me home because Sarah had to watch Emma. Every detail is seared into my memory. "Daddy?" Emma's voice drifts from the kitchen. "Can you help me with my drawing?" I splash water on my face, practicing my normal dad smile in the mirror. 7-year-olds notice everything. "Come in, sweetheart." She's at the kitchen table with her 64-pack of crayons spread out like a rainbow explosion. The morning light catches the wax shavings on the paper. That distinctive crayon smell filling the air. She's drawing our family again. It's her favorite subject. "Look, Daddy," she holds up the paper proud. "I drew all of us." The world tilts. There's stick figure Emma with her yellow hair. There's me with my glasses. There's Mommy with her red dress. And there's someone else. A tall figure standing next to Mommy, his stick figure hand on her stick figure belly. "Who's that, baby?" My voice comes out steady somehow. "That's Uncle Jake. I drew him really tall because he's taller than you." She grabs a brown crayon, adding more hair to his figure. "And see, I drew the baby in Mommy's tummy. Uncle Jake says it's going to be a boy." My knees nearly buckle. When did Uncle Jake say that?" "Last week when you were at your conference." She's coloring grass now, innocent, unaware she's just detonated a bomb in my chest. "He stayed over to help Mommy because she was tired. They were whispering a lot." She looks up at me with those pure blue eyes. "Daddy, why does Uncle Jake sleep in your bed when you travel?" The brown crayon rolls off the table. It hits the floor with a soft tap that sounds like thunder. If you've ever discovered truth through a child's eyes, you understand this moment when innocence reveals what adults hide. "He was just helping Mommy rest better," I manage. "Sometimes grown-ups need help sleeping." "Oh." She returns to her drawing, adding birds in the sky. "Can I show this to Mommy when she gets home from yoga?" Let's keep it as our secret for now. Daddy wants to frame it special for her." Emma beams. "A surprise!" "Yes, baby, a surprise." I carefully take the drawing, my fingers trembling against the construction paper. The wax feels thick where she's pressed hard, believing in her happy family portrait. In the corner, she's dated it like I taught her. March 22nd, today. Sarah won't be back for 2 hours. 2 hours to think. 2 hours to stop my world from hemorrhaging. The filing cabinet in my home office hasn't been opened in months. It squeaks now, protesting. Medical files, tax returns, insurance documents, the paper trail of a life built on supposed trust. The vasectomy folder is exactly where I filed it 3 years ago, labeled in my neat handwriting, medical permanent. Inside, the documents tell a simple story. Consultation notes, surgical report, and there, the follow-up test results. I spread them on my desk, the papers crackling under my fingertips. March 15th, 2022, procedure successful. April 20th, 2022, first test, 0 sperm count confirmed. May 18th, 2022, second test, 0 sperm count confirmed. Patient is considered permanently sterile. The letterhead from St. Mary's Hospital feels raised under my thumb. Official, undeniable. My phone buzzes. Sarah. Yoga was amazing. Feeling so good about baby news. Love you? I don't respond. Can't. The next hour passes in a strange fog. I scan every document, take photos with my phone, build my evidence file while Emma watches cartoons in the living room, occasionally calling out commentary about the characters. Normal Saturday sounds in a house where nothing will ever be normal again. "Daddy, someone's at the door." Jake. Of course it's Jake. My younger brother stands on my porch holding a gift bag, his smile wide and genuine looking. He's gotten better at lying, apparently. The bag is silver, tissue paper artfully arranged on top. "Hey, brother." He pulls me into a hug. I don't return it, but he doesn't seem to notice. "Sarah texted me the news. I'm going to be an uncle again." The words hit like ice water. The casualness, the excitement, the use of again, as if this is real, legitimate, ours. "Come in." My voice sounds robotic to my own ears. Emma launches herself at him. "Uncle Jake!" He scoops her up, spinning her while she giggles. Watching them, I see it now. How comfortable he is in my house with my daughter. How long has this been happening? "I brought something for the baby," he says, setting Emma down and pulling a wrapped box from the bag. "Well, for later, but I was too excited to wait." Sarah appears in the doorway, back early from yoga, glowing with false pregnancy joy. She sees the gift, and her face does something complicated. Fear, guilt, it's gone too quickly. "Jake, you didn't have to." "Of course I did." He hands her the box. "Open it. I had it engraved." The living room feels suffocating as she unwraps it, slowly, carefully, like she knows something's inside beyond silver and sentiment. It's a rattle. Sterling silver. Expensive. The kind you pass down through generations. She reads the engraving aloud, her voice catching. "To my newest nephew, Uncle Jake will always be here. Always be here." The rattle catches the light as she turns it, the weight of it obvious in her palm. Heavy, permanent, like promises should be. Emma claps. "It's beautiful. Can I hold it?" "Careful, sweetheart," Sarah says, passing it to her. Their fingers brush. Jake watches them both with an expression I now recognize. It's not uncle-like. It's proprietary. "We should celebrate," Jake suggests. "Dinner, my treat?" "I actually need to look at some work files," I say. "You two go. Take Emma." Sarah's eyes snap to mine. "You're not coming?" "Important deadline. You understand." Jake's hand lands on my shoulder, the same hand that held mine during the vasectomy. "Work-life balance, brother. The baby needs its father present." The baby needs its father. I smile. It feels like broken glass in my mouth. "You're right. The baby needs its father." Something flickers in his eyes, just for a second. He knows that I know? Or is it my imagination? They leave for dinner after 20 minutes of Emma getting ready, choosing her fancy restaurant dress. I wave from the porch, the devoted husband and father, then close the door and lean against it. The house feels different when you know it's been violated. Every surface could hold their fingerprints. Every room might have heard their whispers. Emma's room is a sanctuary of innocence. Pink walls, stuffed animals, her little desk where she practices writing. I shouldn't look through her things, but that drawing wasn't the first, was it? Children document their worlds. Her diary is in the unicorn-covered box where she keeps her treasures, a pink notebook with a tiny lock that doesn't actually lock. Emma's secret diary, "Keep out," written in her careful handwriting. I sit on her tiny bed, the notebook small in my adult hands, and open to the first page. January 1st, New Year's. Mommy and Daddy kissed at midnight. Uncle Jake was here too. He looked sad. I flip forward. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Daddy got Mommy flowers. They were red. February 20th, Daddy went on his trip. Uncle Jake came over. He and Mommy watched a movie after I went to bed. February 21st, Uncle Jake made us pancakes. He knows how to make shapes like Daddy does. My chest tightens. I keep reading. March 15th, Uncle Jake brought Mommy flowers. They were whispering in the kitchen. They stopped when I came in. Mommy looked like she was crying, but she said they were happy tears. March 15th, the same date appears 3 more times, each entry innocent, yet damning. Uncle Jake staying late. Uncle Jake helping with bedtime. Uncle Jake there when Daddy wasn't. The last entry is from yesterday. Mommy threw up this morning. She said she might have a baby in her tummy. I hope it's a sister. Daddy seems sad lately. Daddy seems sad lately. How did my 7-year-old notice what I missed or didn't want to see? The notebook paper feels thin, fragile, like trust, like the illusion of family I've been living in. I photograph each page, then carefully return the diary to its hiding spot. Emma doesn't deserve to have her private thoughts weaponized, but I need to know the timeline, need to understand how blind I've been. My phone buzzes. Sarah again. Emma wants dessert. Jake's treating. Don't wait up. The photo she sends shows the three of them at Antonio's, the Italian place where Sarah and I had our first date. Emma's face is covered in chocolate from whatever decadent dessert she's eating. Sarah and Jake sit on either side of her, leaning in for the selfie. They look like a family. No. They look like they are a family. One I'm not part of. The credit card statements are all online now. I settle into my office chair, the leather creaking under my weight, and start with January. Our joint account, because we trust each other. Trusted. The Paradise Inn appears for the first time on January 18th, 127 Neo 43s. I was at a medical conference in Boston that night, sleeping in a Marriott that smelled like industrial carpet cleaner, while my wife was at the Paradise Inn 20 minutes from our house. February 3rd, February 20th, March 2nd, March 15th. March 15th, in the Flowers Day from Emma's diary. $218.92 us at the Paradise Inn. A champagne charge of $47 appears on the same receipt. Celebrating what? The successful deception? The pregnancy they just discovered? Dinner charges at restaurants I don't recognize. Always when I'm traveling. Always amounts for 2 adults and 1 child. Sometimes just 2 adults. Those nights Emma was at my mother's or with Sarah's parents. $340 at Tiffany's on March 10th. I didn't get anything from Tiffany's, but now I remember Sarah wearing a new bracelet last week. Oh, this? I've had it forever, just never wear it. The Paradise Inn charges align with every single business trip I've taken this year. How's that for irony? Flying across the country to keep our family financially stable while my brother was 20 minutes away, destroying everything. The phone rings, startling me. The bank's fraud department. I've triggered something with all the statement reviews. Mr. Morrison, we're calling about unusual activity on your account. Multiple statement downloads in the past hour. It's me. I'm reviewing expenses for taxes. I see. While I have you, should I note the recent recurring charges at the Paradise Inn as verified? They were flagged in our system as potentially fraudulent since they don't match your typical spending patterns. My throat goes dry. How long have they been flagged? The first flag was January 18th, but since the card was present for all transactions and the amounts were reasonable, we didn't freeze the account. Should we investigate these charges? The card was present, Sarah's card, in person, making conscious choices. No investigation needed. I'm aware of the charges now. Very well. Have a good evening, Mr. Morrison. A good evening. Emma's laughter echoes from downstairs. They're home. I hear Jake's deep voice, then Sarah's laugh. That specific laugh she does when she's nervous. She knows something's shifting, feels it maybe. Daddy! Emma races into my office. Uncle Jake got me 2 desserts, and look! She holds up a small stuffed bear. He won it from the claw machine. Behind her, Sarah appears in the doorway. Her face is flushed. Wine or guilt or both. You should have come. It was fun. Looked like it. I pull Emma into my lap. Why don't you get ready for bed, sweetheart? I'll come read to you in a bit. Can Uncle Jake read to me tonight? She looks between us all. He does funny voices. The knife twists deeper. Sure, baby, Uncle Jake can read to you. Jake steps forward. Actually, I should head out. Early morning tomorrow. On Sunday? Sarah's voice pitches higher. Yeah, I have a thing. He can't meet anyone's eyes. Night, everyone. He leaves quickly. Sarah stares after him, then at me. Is everything okay? Why wouldn't it be? She touches her still flat stomach in that protective way newly pregnant women do. Except she's protecting a lie. You just seem distant about the baby. It's surprising news. We weren't planning it. I know, but sometimes the best things aren't planned, right? She steps closer. I smell his cologne on her. Jake's excited to be an uncle again. I'm sure he is. What's that supposed to mean? Emma's voice saves us. I'm ready for bed. Sarah's eyes hold mine for another moment. Then she turns. I'll go tuck her in. No, I stand. I'll do it. I want to read to my daughter tonight. The emphasis on my hangs in the air. Sarah's face changes, a flash of something. Knowledge, fear. But she nods and steps aside. Emma's chosen corduroy tonight. The bear who's missing a button, looking for something to complete him. I read it slowly, doing all the voices while she giggles. Her room smells like bubble bath and innocence. Daddy, she says as I'm turning off the light, are you and Mommy fighting? What makes you think that, sweetheart? You didn't kiss her hello when we got home. You always kiss her hello. 7 years old and she sees everything, documenting our family's destruction in crayon and diary entries. Sometimes grown-ups forget things, but we love each other, and we love you. And the new baby? The question sits heavy in the dark room. Good night, Emma. Good night, Daddy. I love you the mostest. I love you the mostest, too. I close her door softly and stand in the hallway. Down the hall, I can hear Sarah in our bedroom, getting ready for bed. The normal sounds of a Saturday night. Face washing, teeth brushing, the closet door opening. All of it a performance now. The guest room bed is already made. I grab a pillow from the linen closet and head there without a word. Let her wonder. Let her worry. My phone buzzes one last time. Jake. Thanks for dinner. Sorry I had to run. See you at Mom's birthday next week. Mom's birthday. The whole family will be there. Sarah will be showing now, or at least announcing. Everyone's celebrating while I hold this knowledge like a live grenade. Outside, a car passes, its headlights sliding across the guest room wall. The silver rattle is still downstairs, sitting on the coffee table where Emma left it. Tomorrow, Sarah will put it in the nursery we haven't started preparing yet. Uncle Jake will always be here. The vasectomy scar throbs, phantom pain from a procedure that worked exactly as intended, protecting me from nothing in the end. 3 years ago, Jake held my hand through the pain. Now I understand he was already holding something else of mine, or someone. 3 days pass in a careful choreography of avoidance. Sarah and I move through our house like ghosts haunting different floors. She makes breakfast. I'm already gone. I come home late. She's in bed. Emma notices the way children always do, but we deflect with treats and extra TV time. The silver rattle has moved to the mantle, catching light every morning like an accusation. It's Tuesday when everything accelerates. I'm at work, staring at spreadsheets that might as well be hieroglyphics, when my phone vibrates. Not Sarah, not Jake. It's his wife, my sister-in-law, Rachel. Can we meet? Urgent. Don't tell anyone. The coffee shop she chooses is across town. One of those aggressively neutral places with exposed brick and succulents on every table. Rachel's already there when I arrive, hunched over a cup she's not drinking. She looks like she hasn't slept in days. Familiar feeling. I know, she says before I even sit down. No preamble, no small talk. About Jake and Sarah. The words land like physical blows. How? She pulls out her phone, hands shaking. I found messages, months of them. He thought he deleted everything, but cloud storage. She laughs, bitter and broken. Technology's a bitch when you're trying to hide an affair. The screen she shows me makes my stomach lurch. Text after text. Jake's number, Sarah's name. Can't wait to see you tonight. Last night was incredible. 3 more days until he travels again. The baby changes everything. The baby, dated March 10th. They knew before I did. There's more, Rachel's voice drops. I'm pregnant too. The coffee shop noise fades to white static. What? 10 weeks. Jake and I have been trying for 2 years. Fertility treatments, the whole nightmare. And now, she touches her stomach. Now I'm carrying his baby while he's been fucking your wife. The profanity sounds wrong in her mouth. Rachel, who volunteers at church, who sends thank you cards for thank you cards. But betrayal changes vocabulary. When did it start? I ask. According to the messages, New Year's Eve, you remember that party at your mom's? I remember. Sarah in that green dress. Jake offering to drive us home because I'd had too much champagne. Sarah sitting in the front seat while I dozed in the back. The 10-minute detour he took, claiming construction. Were they holding hands while I slept 3 feet away? I printed everything. Rachel pushes a manila envelope across the table. Screenshots, credit card records, even some photos they sent each other. Nothing explicit. I couldn't look at those, but enough. Inside the envelope, evidence of 4 months of deception. Restaurant receipts I recognized from our credit card statements. Photos of Sarah in outfits I bought her, sent to my brother, and one that stops my heart. Sarah holding a positive pregnancy test, dated March 9th, with the message, "It's yours. It's yours." What are you going to do? I ask. I don't know. My parents would die if I divorced him. We just bought the house, and this baby. She cradles her stomach again. What about you? I had a vasectomy 3 years ago. The baby can't be mine. The words hang between us. Rachel's face crumbles as she processes the full scope. Oh God. Oh my God. Everyone will know. Your mom, the whole family will know that the baby is Jake's. She nods, tears falling freely now. I found something else in his calendar. They have an appointment tomorrow, together, at Dr. Martinez. That's an OB-GYN. What time? 2 o'clock. We sit in silence, 2 people whose lives have been demolished by the same wrecking ball. Around us, normal people have normal coffee, discussing normal problems. Did we look like that once? I haven't confronted him yet, Rachel says. I wanted to talk to you first, make sure I wasn't crazy. You're not crazy. We could do it together, confront them together. No. The word comes out firm. I need more proof, legal proof, for custody of Emma. Emma, Rachel's voice breaks. Does she know? She knows Uncle Jake sleeps in Daddy's bed when Daddy travels. Jesus. If you confront Jake now, he'll warn Sarah. They'll coordinate stories. I need them off balance. Rachel nods slowly. You're recording them, the appointment. I'm going to try. She slides a key across the table. Jake's home office. He keeps backup drives in the bottom drawer. Password is Emma's birthday. He uses it for everything. She stands, gathering her purse. I'm pregnant too. Remember that when you decide what to do. This baby is going to be Emma's cousin, whether we like it or not. After she leaves, I sit with the envelope of evidence. The coffee shop bustles around me. A couple at the next table holds hands over their lattes. Young love, untested. I want to warn them, want to say trust is tissue paper and promises are smoke. But they wouldn't believe me. No one does until they're sitting where I'm sitting. The next day I call in sick to work. Guilt twists my gut as I lie to my assistant, but not as much as what I'm about to do. I arrive at Dr. Martinez's office building at 1:30, parking where I can see the entrance. The recording app on my phone is tested and ready. At 1:50, Jake's BMW pulls up. They arrive together. Of course they do. Sarah gets out first, Jake rushing around to help her like she's fragile. His hand on her lower back. Intimate. Possessive. They walk in together, and I wait 5 minutes before following. The waiting room smells like disinfectant and pregnancy magazines. I grab a newspaper and sit in the corner, hidden behind headlines I'm not reading. They're at the check-in desk, Sarah filling out forms while Jake hovers. They don't notice me. Why would they? I'm supposed to be at work, trusting. Sarah Morrison, a nurse calls. Should I come? Jake asks, loud enough for the whole room to hear. Of course, babe. Babe, in public, at a prenatal appointment. They disappear down the hallway. I move closer to the door they went through, sitting in a chair against the wall. The recording app is running, phone in my chest pocket. Voices drift through, muffled but audible. Heartbeat is strong, measuring right at 11 weeks. Father's medical history. Jake's voice, clear and proud. No genetic issues on my side. My side. The father's side. 15 minutes of documentation. They're happy cooing over ultrasound images. The doctor explaining prenatal vitamins. Jake asking about the due date, October 15th. A fall baby. He mentions taking paternity leave, and Sarah laughs, saying they'll have to be careful about that. Careful. Now they want to be careful. They emerge glowing, Sarah holding ultrasound pictures. Jake's arm is around her waist. They walk right past me, lost in their bubble of stolen joy. I follow at a distance, still recording. In the parking lot, they kiss. Not a friendly kiss, not a supportive brother-in-law kiss. A kiss that belongs in bedrooms and honeymoons. A kiss that rewrites every family gathering, every shared holiday, every moment Jake and I have been brothers. I love you, he says against her mouth. I love you too. God, I hate this sneaking around. After the divorce is final, Jake, he doesn't even know yet. We have to be careful. It's been 4 months. How much longer? The baby complicates things. We need to think about Emma. My daughter's name in their mouths while they plan my erasure. It just happened, Sarah continues. We'll tell him that. It just happened. You were there when he wasn't. There it is. My confession, my absence, the justification for everything. They finally separate, get in their cars. I sit in mine, hands shaking, listening to the recording. It's all there. Clear, undeniable. Jake asking about genetic screening because he's the father. Sarah saying she loves him. The timeline that places conception during my Phoenix conference. That night, I cook Emma's favorite dinner, mac and cheese from the box, the kind Sarah hates but Emma loves. Sarah comes home late, says she was shopping for maternity clothes. The lie slides out so easily. How was your day? She asks, unpacking a bag from motherhood maternity. Feeling better? Much better. Good. I made an appointment with Dr. Martinez for the pregnancy. Want to come? The audacity steals my breath. When? I was thinking next week, Tuesday. Can't. Big presentation. Oh, she looks disappointed, playing the part of the wife who wants her husband involved. Maybe the one after that? We'll see. Emma chatters through dinner about school, about her best friend Lucy, about the butterfly they saw at recess. Normal kid stuff that feels precious now. Sarah and I perform parenting, passing plates, wiping spills, never touching. After Emma's in bed, I find Sarah in the nursery to be. She's holding the silver rattle, standing by the window. Jake's excited about the baby, she says to the window. I'm sure he is. She turns, studies my face. Are you excited? How can I be excited about something that's impossible, Sarah? The rattle drops. It hits the carpet with a soft thud. What do you mean? You know exactly what I mean. I don't. March 9th, you took a pregnancy test. You sent a picture to someone saying, it's yours. Want to guess how I know that? Her face cycles through emotions, shock, fear, calculation. You went through my phone? No, Sarah. No excuses, no deflection, just truth. Whose baby is it? She backs against the wall, hand on her stomach. David, Whose? Baby. It's complicated. It's not complicated. It's simple. Is the baby mine or Jake's? The name drops like a bomb. She gasps, tears immediate. How did you? Rachel told you. Rachel's pregnant too, by the way. Congratulations, you're both giving Jake babies. Oh God. She slides down the wall, sitting on the carpet. Oh God, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know about Rachel. But you knew about my vasectomy. She looks up, mascara running. The reversal rate is 0 when you don't have a reversal, which I didn't, which you know. It just happened. We didn't plan it. You were gone so much, and Jake was here, and Emma needed help with homework, and dinner, and bedtime, and he was just here. In our bed. Once, only once in our bed. The Paradise Inn suggests otherwise. Her crime becomes ugly, raw. The sound of someone realizing the full audit is complete. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry you did it, or sorry you got caught. Both. All of it. David, please. I'm taking Emma. The crying stops. What? When this comes out, and it will, I'm taking Emma. Full custody. You can't. Mothers who commit adultery with the child's uncle, resulting in a pregnancy that the child has already witnessed and documented. Want to bet on those odds? Documented? She draws pictures, Sarah. She keeps a diary. Uncle Jake sleeps in Daddy's bed. Mommy and Uncle Jake whisper. Uncle Jake brings Mommy flowers. Our 7-year-old has been documenting your affair because children see everything. Sarah breaks completely, sobbing on the nursery floor, holding her stomach like she can protect the baby from the truth of its creation. I feel nothing. Should I feel something? Rage? Pity? All I feel is cold clarity. I'm sleeping in the guest room. Will maintain appearances for Emma until I file papers. You will not contact Jake about this conversation. If you warn him, if you coordinate stories, I'll release the recording from today's doctor's appointment to both families immediately. Recording? You followed us? Father's medical history. Jake was very thorough about his genetic background. She stares at me like I'm a stranger. Maybe I am. The trusting husband died somewhere between the vasectomy confirmation and the silver rattle. David, the baby is not my problem. That's between you and Jake and Rachel, and whatever lawyer you can afford after I'm done. I leave her on the floor and head to Walgreens. It's late, fluorescent lights harsh against the night. The pharmacy section is quiet. One clerk restocking vitamins. The family planning aisle feels like a bad joke, but there they are, home paternity tests. 99.9% accurate. Peace of mind in 3-5 days, discreet and confidential. I buy 3 different brands. The teenage clerk doesn't make eye contact, probably assumes I'm some desperate dad doubting my kid. Close, but backwards. I know exactly whose kid this isn't. Back home, Sarah's bedroom door is closed. I hear her on the phone, voice low and urgent. Breaking our agreement already. Let her. Every move she makes now just strengthened my case. In the guest room, I read the test instructions. Cheek swab from potential father, cheek swab from child or prenatal sample. Mail to lab. Wait for email. Simple as that. The science of betrayal reduced to cotton swabs and FedEx. If you're wondering, what would you choose? Maintaining boundaries or extending forgiveness? Let me know. Type boundaries if you'd protect yourself and your child first. Or forgiveness if you believe in second chances even after betrayal. Tomorrow, I'll need Jake's DNA. That should be interesting. The birthday party for our mother is this weekend. The whole family together, celebrating while this bomb ticks beneath us. I set the tests aside and pull up the recording from today. Jake's voice fills the room. No genetic issues on my side. Clear, proud, damning. My phone buzzes. Emma's school. The automated reminder about parent-teacher conferences next month. Both parents encouraged to attend. Both parents. Like we're still that. Like we ever really were. Through the wall, I hear Sarah crying again. Or still. The sound mixes with the house's nighttime settling. The creak of betrayal in every board. Tomorrow she'll wake up pregnant with my brother's child. Tomorrow I'll pretend not to know what I know. Tomorrow Emma will draw another picture and will pretend it's not evidence. But tonight I sit with 3 paternity tests and a recording that ends everything, planning the careful demolition of what's left of our family. Mom's birthday party is at the country club she's belonged to for 30 years. White tablecloths, champagne flutes, the extended family performing happiness like it's a competitive sport. I arrive separately from Sarah, claiming work delays. She's already there when I walk in, glowing in a dress that doesn't quite hide the small bump. 12 weeks now, the point where people start announcing. Jake's across the room with Rachel, his hand on her back. She meets my eyes over his shoulder, a quick nod. She knows what I need to do. "David!" Mom hugs me, beaming. "Isn't this wonderful? Both my boys here, both wives pregnant. I'm going to have 2 new grandbabies." The irony is razor sharp. "Yeah, Mom, 2 babies." Emma runs up in her party dress, the one with unicorns on it. "Daddy, Grandma got a huge cake. Can I show you?" "In a minute, sweetheart. Daddy needs to talk to Uncle Jake first." Jake's at the bar, ordering whiskey. Of course he is. I sidle up next to him, signal for the same. "Brother," he says, that fake jovial tone. "Hell of a party. Hell of a year." He stiffens slightly. "Yeah, busy for everyone. Especially you." I pull out the paternity test kit, still in its pharmacy bag, and set it on the bar between us. "Mind helping me with something?" He looks at the bag like it might explode. "What's that?" "Peace of mind. See, there's this situation. A medical impossibility, a pregnant wife, a brother who's been very helpful. David, all I need is a cheek swab. Simple, painless. Unless you have something to hide. This is Mom's birthday. And next year, it'll be your kid's birthday month, too. October, right? Funny how I know that." His whiskey arrives. He downs it in one shot. "You're being ridiculous." "Am I?" Rachel doesn't think so. She's pregnant too, by the way. Congratulations. You've been busy. The glass slips from his hand, shattering on the floor. The whole room turns to look. Mom starts to come over, but Rachel intercepts her, whispers something about Jake being clumsy. "Bathroom," I say quietly. "Now." Or I make a speech during the toast. We walk through the party like nothing's wrong. 2 brothers heading to the men's room. Inside, I lock the door and pull out the test kit. "This is insane," Jake says, but his hands are shaking. "Open your mouth." "David, it just happened." "I know." Sarah said the same thing. "It just happened. Like adultery is weather." "Open your mouth." He does. The swab takes 3 seconds. I bag it, label it with the date and time. Evidence. "I love her," he says as I'm unlocking the door. "Which one, your wife or mine?" "Sarah. I've loved Sarah since before you married her." The admission stops me cold. "What?" "She dated me first." "Did she never tell you?" "Summer, before senior year of college, before you met her. We had 3 months, then I fucked it up, and she met you at that Halloween party. I introduced you, remember? My brother and the girl I'd lost. I've watched you have the life I was supposed to have for 7 years. The complete rewriting of history, every family dinner, every holiday, every time he held Emma as a baby, all of it tainted with this want. So you took it back. I took what was mine. She was never yours. Emma was never yours. And this new baby? I hold up the test kit. We'll see who it belongs to. Back at the party, Mom's making her toast. Champagne for everyone except the pregnant women, who get sparkling cider. The irony? To family, Mom says, raising her glass. To my boys and their beautiful wives. To grandchildren here and coming. To love that lasts. We all drink. The champagne tastes like ashes. Emma finds me after cake. Daddy, are you sad? Why would you ask that, baby? You didn't laugh at Grandma's joke. You always laugh at Grandma's jokes even when they're not funny. Just thinking about grown-up stuff. She hugs my leg. I wrote you a letter for later. It's in my backpack. A letter? Miss Johnson at school said when we have big feelings, we should write them down. I have big feelings about the baby. My chest tightens. What kind of feelings? Confused feelings, like when Mommy and Uncle Jake were hugging in the kitchen and they jumped apart when I came in. It made my stomach feel funny. 7 years old and already keeping secrets she doesn't understand. That night, after the party, I find Emma's letter in her backpack, written in pencil on lined paper, her careful handwriting slanting right. Dear Daddy, I don't want things to change. I like our family how it is, but Mommy says change can be good. Uncle Jake says I'll be a good big sister, but I heard Mommy crying and saying sorry to someone on the phone. Are you the one she's sorry to? I want to live with you if you and Mommy can't live together anymore. You never lie to me. Love, Emma P.S. Can we get a dog if Mommy keeps the baby? The innocence breaks me. She knows. In some level, she knows everything's falling apart, and she's already choosing sides, choosing me. I make copies of the letter, add it to the evidence file. Somewhere, a family court judge will read this and understand what Sarah's choices have cost. The next morning, Sunday, I wake to find Sarah in the kitchen making breakfast, playing normal. We need to prepare the nursery, she says without looking at me. I'm starting to show. That's your project. David, this baby, regardless of everything, this baby is going to be Emma's sibling. Don't you want? I want a lot of things. Wanted. Past tense. She turns, spatula in hand. Are you ever going to forgive me? No. Just like that? 7 years of marriage and you can't even try? You didn't try. You didn't try to stay faithful. Didn't try to use protection. Didn't try to hide it from our daughter. So no, I'm not trying now. Emma appears in her pajamas. Are you fighting? No, sweetheart, Sarah says quickly. Just discussing. It sounded like fighting. I pick her up, even though she's getting too big for it. How about pancakes at IHOP? Just you and me? Can I get chocolate chip? You can get whatever you want. Sarah watches us leave, standing in the doorway like a ghost. In the rearview mirror, I see Jake's car pulling into our driveway before we even turn the corner. So much for discretion. At IHOP, Emma colors on her placemat while we wait for food. She draws another family picture. This time, there's a clear line down the middle. Me and her on one side. Sarah and a scribbled baby on the other. Jake's not in it at all. That's interesting, I say carefully. It's how I think things will be, she says, adding a sun to my side and clouds to Sarah's. Lucy's parents did this. Now she has 2 bedrooms and 2 birthdays. Would that make you sad? If Mommy and Daddy lived in different houses? She considers this seriously, tongue poking out while she colors. Only if I couldn't see you. But you wouldn't leave me, right? Never. No matter what happens, I will never leave you. Promise? Promise. Then it's okay. She adds a dog next to us in the picture. Can this be our house with a dog? Maybe. The pancakes arrive. She drowns them in syrup, chattering about school, about her friend's birthday party next week, about whether unicorns might be real in other countries. Normal kid stuff that I cling to like a life raft. My phone buzzes. Sarah. Jake's here. We need to talk, all of us. I text back. No. Please, for Emma. Everything's for Emma now. The weapon they use because they know it's the only one that works. When we get home, Jake's car is still there. Rachel's too. A summit meeting in my living room. I send Emma to play in her room with new coloring books I grabbed at IHOP's gift shop. They're arranged like a tableau. Sarah on one couch, Jake standing by the fireplace, Rachel in my usual chair. The silver rattle sits on the coffee table between them, all like evidence at a trial. We need to figure this out, Rachel says. She looks exhausted but determined. Both babies are coming, whether we like it or not. I know whose baby is coming, I say, looking at Jake. Cheek swab's already on its way to the lab. Jesus, you actually did it. Jake runs his hand through his hair. David, we're brothers. No, brothers don't sleep with each other's wives. Brothers don't father children with... I stop. Can't say it all out loud. I'm keeping the baby, Sarah says quietly. Whatever happens between us, I'm keeping it. I didn't ask you to get rid of it. That's your choice. But Emma stays with me. You can't just decide that. I can when I have documentation of your affair, recordings of you and Jake at the OBGYN, credit card evidence, and our daughter's own written preference. Rachel stands. I want a divorce, Jake. The room goes silent. Jake stares at his wife like she's speaking a foreign language. What? I'm done. You can be a father to both babies, but you won't be my husband. She looks at me. I've already seen a lawyer, filed yesterday. I'm also filing for a paternity test for my baby, just to have everything documented properly. Rachel, please. Please what? Please forgive you? Please raise my baby knowing you were making another one with Sarah at the same time? Please pretend I don't know about the January conference where you told me you had food poisoning, but were really at the Paradise Inn? She pulls out her phone, shows a credit card statement. I'm not an idiot, Jake. I just hoped I was wrong. The complete collapse of 2 marriages in 1 living room. The silver rattle sits between us all, catching afternoon light like it's mocking us. What do you want? Jake asks me. Money? The house? What? I want you to disappear from my life. Take Sarah, take your baby, take whatever you need, but stay away from me and Emma. She's my niece. No, she's the daughter of the man you betrayed. You don't get to play uncle anymore. Emma's voice drifts down the stairs. She's singing some song from school about butterflies. We all freeze, remembering there's collateral damage listening. Lower your voices, Sarah hisses. She doesn't need to hear this. She already knows, I say. She's been documenting your affair for months without realizing it. Kids aren't stupid. Rachel gathers her purse. I'm going to my mother's. Jake, you'll be served papers Monday. Don't contact me except through lawyers. She leaves, dignity intact. I respect her more in this moment than I have in 10 years of family dinners. Jake follows her out, trying to plead his case. That leaves Sarah and me, the ruins of us, in a living room that used to host movie nights and birthday parties. I'm sorry, she says to the coffee table. Stop saying that. I don't know what else to say. Nothing. Say nothing. Pack what you need for a few days and go to your sister's. We'll communicate through lawyers about Emma's schedule. You're kicking me out? I'm asking you to leave. There's a difference. She stands, one hand on her stomach. This baby is Emma's sibling, half-sibling, and that's not my fault or my problem. You're going to make Emma hate her own sibling? No. You did that when you created it with her uncle. The next 3 days blur together. Sarah packs bags, crying. Emma asks why mommy needs a vacation. I tell her sometimes adults need space to think. She accepts this with the wisdom of a child who's been watching her parents drift apart for months. Wednesday afternoon, the email arrives. DNA test results, confidential. I'm at work, sitting in my office with the door locked. The cursor hovers over the link. Once I click this, it's real, documented, undeniable. Click. Alleged father, Jake Morrison. Child, baby Morrison, prenatal sample. Probability of paternity, 99%. Black and white, scientific certainty. I forward it to my lawyer, then to Rachel, then print 3 copies. 1 for the custody case, 1 for the divorce filing, 1 for the moment Sarah tries to claim it could be mine. The phone rings immediately. Rachel. I got mine too, she says. Jake's the father. No surprise, but seeing it in writing. Yeah. David, I have a crazy idea. How crazy? Sarah's having Jake's baby. I'm having Jake's baby. Emma needs stability. What if... She pauses, takes a breath. What if we helped each other? Not romantically, God, no, but practically. Co-parenting, shared resources. The kids are going to be siblings no matter what. That's definitely crazy. Think about it. Emma gets to know both siblings. We both get support. Jake's going to be useless. He can't handle one family, much less two. And Sarah's going to be overwhelmed. But together, we could make something work, something unconventional but stable. You want to raise Jake's two babies together? I want to raise my baby with help from someone I trust. And I trust you, David. You're the only one in this mess who never lied. It's insane. It's also logical, practical. The kids are siblings. Emma loves Rachel. Rachel's always been more of a mother to Emma than Sarah's been lately. Can I think about it? Of course. But David, we're going to be connected forever through these kids anyway. Might as well make it work for us instead of against us. After she hangs up, I sit with the paternity results. 99.99%. Mathematical certainty that my brother destroyed everything. That evening, I'm helping Emma with homework when Sarah texts. Saw the results, can we talk? No. Jake wants to be involved. Jake can want whatever he wants. Lawyers will sort it out. This isn't what I wanted. I don't respond. What she wanted stopped mattering the first time she chose my brother over our marriage. Emma looks up from her math worksheet. Daddy, will the baby look like me? Maybe a little. Why? Because Uncle Jake looks like you, and if the baby looks like Uncle Jake, she trails off, processing genetics with 7-year-old logic. You're very smart, you know that? I know. She grins, then goes serious. I don't want to live with Mommy if she's with Uncle Jake. What makes you think she's with Uncle Jake? I'm 7, not stupid. He's always there when you're not. And he looks at her the way you used to. Used to, past tense from a 7-year-old. No matter what happens, you'll be safe and loved, okay? Okay. Can we get a dog now? We'll see. Friday brings lawyers, mediation scheduled, custody evaluation requested, the machinery of divorce grinding to life. Sarah contests nothing about the affair. How can she? But she wants joint custody of Emma. My lawyer, a woman named Patricia, who's seen every version of marital destruction, reviews my evidence file with professional appreciation. The diary entries are compelling, the letter from Emma especially. Judges take children's preferences seriously, even at 7. The paternity test is the nail in the coffin. She committed adultery resulting in pregnancy, while you were physically incapable of being the father. This is as clear-cut as it gets. She'll get visitation, though? Of course. She's still Emma's mother, but primary custody, that's yours if you want it. I want it. What about child support for the new baby? That's Jake's problem, Patricia makes a note. He's going to be paying for 2 children to 2 different mothers. Hope he has a good job. The irony that both babies will be supported by the man who destroyed 2 families. There's justice in that, maybe. The mediation is scheduled for next Tuesday. In the meantime, Sarah's been calling Emma nightly. I don't prevent it. That would look vindictive. But Emma started cutting the calls short. Mommy cries too much, she tells me. It makes me sad. Sunday morning, Rachel shows up with coffee and a proposal. She's drawn up a co-parenting plan on a legal pad. 2 houses, shared backyard fence. Regular dinners together, both of us providing stability for all 3 kids. Look at it from Emma's perspective, she says. Her siblings grow up next door. She has 2 stable adults who respect each other. No Jake drama, no Sarah chaos. Just family. Unconventional, but family. People will talk. Let them. My baby deserves better than Jake's part-time attention. Your Emma deserves to know her siblings, and you deserve support raising her. What about you? What do you deserve? Peace, stability, maybe even friendship? She smiles sadly. We're the casualties of the same war, might as well rebuild together. I look at her plan. It's detailed, practical, even accounts for holidays, school districts, babysitting exchanges. She's thought of everything. This is crazy. The best solutions sometimes are. Emma wanders in, still in pajamas. Aunt Rachel! Hey, sweet girl. Rachel hugs her naturally, easily. I have news. I'm having a baby too. Everyone's having babies, Emma says. Will yours be my cousin? Yes. And you'll be the best big cousin. Can I help take care of it? I'm counting on it. They chat about babies and names and whether it'll be a boy or girl. Watching them, I see it. The family that could rise from these ashes. Not traditional, not what anyone planned, but maybe something better because it's chosen, not defaulted into. Okay, I tell Rachel. Let's do it. She smiles, the first real smile I've seen from her in months. Really? Really, but we need rules, boundaries, everything in writing. Already drafted a co-parenting agreement. My lawyer thinks I'm insane, but she'll write it up. Emma looks between us. Are you and Daddy getting married now? No, sweetheart, Rachel says quickly. We're just going to be really good friends who help each other take care of you and the babies. Like a team? Exactly like a team. Emma considers this. Can our team get a dog? Rachel and I look at each other and laugh, the first genuine laugh in weeks. We'll see, we say in unison. Tuesday's mediation happens in a conference room that smells like old coffee and broken promises. Sarah's there with her lawyer, her bump more pronounced now at 13 weeks. Jake's not allowed to attend. Conflict of interest, my lawyer said. But his presence haunts the room anyway. The mediator, a man who looks like he's refereed 1,000 marital deaths, lays out the facts. Adultery admitted. Pregnancy confirmed via paternity test to be result of affair. Child stated preference for father. Mother's current living situation with affair partner deemed potentially unstable for child. My client wants Emma, Sarah's lawyer says. Your client can want whatever she likes, Patricia responds. But the evidence suggests that's not in Emma's best interest. We go in circles for 2 hours. Sarah cries. I stay silent. Finally, the mediator makes a suggestion. Primary physical custody to father. Mother gets every other weekend and 1 evening per week. Holidays alternated. When the new baby is born, visits can include sibling time, if both parents agree. Sarah's sobbing now. She's my daughter. She's your daughter who you exposed to an affair with her uncle, Patricia says coldly. Be grateful Mr. Morrison isn't pushing for supervised visitation only. In the end, Sarah agrees. What choice does she have? The evidence is overwhelming. Emma's letter is read aloud, her innocent words filling the room. I want to live with Daddy. He never lies. We sign papers, custody determined, financial agreements outlined. The dissolution of 7 years reduced to signatures and notarizations. Outside the building, Sarah stops me. I loved you. I want you to know that. I loved you and I ruined it and I'm sorry. You love me, but you love Jake more. No, I love the idea of Jake, the excitement, the wrongness of it. But it wasn't real love, not like what we had. Had, past tense. You killed it, Sarah. You and Jake killed it. She touches her stomach. This baby. We'll be Emma's half-sibling. I'll make sure Emma knows them, but that's all. And Rachel's baby? Also Emma's half-sibling. We're making it work. You and Rachel? Her voice pitches with surprise. Not like that. Just co-parenting. Being adults. Providing stability. Jake won't like that. Jake's preferences stopped mattering when he impregnated his brother's wife and his own wife simultaneously. She flinches. When you put it like that, that's the only way to put it. Goodbye, Sarah. I walk away. Don't look back. Sarah calls out something, but the wind takes it. Or I choose not to hear it. That evening, Emma and I have dinner at Rachel's. She's made spaghetti, Emma's favorite after mac and cheese. We eat and talk about everything except the obvious. Emma helps clear the table, chattering about school, while Rachel and I clean up. How was it? She asks quietly. Done. Primary custody is mine. Good. Jake's been texting me nonstop. wants to reconcile. And blocked him. My lawyer handles all communication now. Emma comes back with a drawing. I made this for the baby. It's a family picture, but not like her others. This one shows two houses with a fence between them. On one side, me and Emma and a dog. On the other, Rachel and a baby. But there's a gate in the fence drawn open with flowers growing around it. It's beautiful, Rachel says, eyes wet. Can I keep it? It's for the baby's room, Emma says proudly. So they know we're all family. All family. No excuses, no explanations, just forward. That night, putting Emma to bed, she asks, "Are you happy, Daddy?" "I'm getting there. Are you?" "Yeah, I like Aunt Rachel, and I'll like the babies when they're here. And we're getting a dog, right?" "We'll see about the dog." "That means yes." She grins, then yawns. "Daddy, I'm glad you don't lie, even when the truth is sad." "Me too, baby, me too." I close her door and stand in the hallway of what's about to be just our house. Down the hall, the nursery Sarah was planning sits empty. Tomorrow, I'll start converting it to an art room for Emma, or maybe a library, something that's ours, not theirs. My phone buzzes. A text from Rachel with a photo, a house listing, 3 doors down from hers. "Thoughts," she's written. I look at the listing. 3 bedrooms, big yard, good school district, room for a dog. Emma would be close to both her siblings. We'd have support. The unconventional family we're building would have geography on its side. "Schedule a viewing," I text back. 3 dots appear as she types. We're really doing this. We don't leave. We just reconfigure. Is that our motto now? Better than the alternative. Another picture comes through. It's Emma's drawing from dinner, now pinned to Rachel's refrigerator. Below it, Rachel's added a caption. "The kids are going to be okay. We all are." Looking at the drawing, 2 houses, 1 open gate, flowers growing despite the fence, I believe her. This isn't the family any of us planned. Sarah's pregnant with my brother's baby, living in some apartment Jake's paying for while their affair becomes public scandal. Rachel's pregnant with Jake's other baby, divorced and starting over. I'm a single father whose brother betrayed him in the worst possible way. But Emma's right in her drawing. We are still family, just different. The betrayal carved us into new shapes, but we're choosing to build something from the pieces. Not for Jake or Sarah, but for 3 innocent kids who deserve better than the mess the adults made. Tomorrow there's a lawyer appointment about child support. Next week, Sarah's first visitation with Emma. Next month, 2 babies will be born 3 weeks apart, both calling Emma their big sister, while cousin, both carrying Jake's DNA and Jake's shame. But tonight, I stand in my daughter's doorway, watching her sleep, and feel something I haven't felt in months. Hope. Not for reconciliation, not for forgiveness, but for the strange, unconventional, chosen family we're building, from the rubble of the traditional one that failed. The silver rattle is gone. I don't know if Sarah took it or Jake. But Emma's new drawing is on my phone, and Rachel's already looking at houses, and somewhere in this mess is a future that might actually work. Share your own story of finding unexpected family in the comments below. How did broken trust lead to stronger bonds? Subscribe for more stories of families that chose to heal differently, because sometimes the family you build from ashes is stronger than the one that burned. Sometimes betrayal teaches you who really shows up. And sometimes, just sometimes, the ending you never wanted becomes the beginning you actually needed. We don't leave, we reconfigure, we survive, and eventually, impossibly, we thrive.